Today we're back on the Honda GL1200 Goldwing, the 1987 model, and I'm going to go ahead and rebuild my master cylinder for my rear brake. I don't have any rear brakes, don't have any front brakes, so I'm going to start here. I had bought a kit. This is a made in Japan K&L kit. Here's the part number 32-4249. It's a good kit. Doesn't have a lot of parts in it. There's not a lot of parts to rebuild this. So let's go ahead and get started taking this apart. I'm going to start by removing the reservoir. It's probably just got one O-ring on it, I would imagine. Yep. I'm surprised they didn't give that in the kit. I don't see this part in the kit that I have. I don't think this master cylinder is too bad a shape, but the reservoir was full and I had no brakes, so I just want to make sure. I don't want to put it back together and see that there's an issue. So I'm going to go ahead and try to pull out this boot. See if I can get a pick in there. Yeah, there's a little bit rusty in there. Should be a snap ring in here somewhere. Yeah, there's the eyes for the snap ring. See if I can get my snap ring pliers in there to remove it. There we go. Well, I tell you what, that clip was not easy to get out of there. It looks a little bit dry in there. Okay, so we're going to take this off of here. We will replace this for sure. And I guess in order to replace this boot, I'm going to have to take this off. So I'll do that in a little bit. I had this cooking in my ultrasonic cleaner for probably a good 2 hours. And then this piston finally, after I beat it on this solid surface for a little while, after 2 hours of soaking, it finally broke loose and came out. This was stuck in the bore and I could not get it out. So that freed it up. So that helps me a ton. And then inside of here is a seal along with a spring. So I got to get that out. There's really, the best way to get this out would be to plug. There's 3 holes here, one here, here, and here. So since this is probably the easiest one to blow on, I'm going to put one thumb over this hole, thumb over this hole, and I'm going to kind of hold it so it doesn't blow out on this one with this finger, and I'm going to blow on this hole. There we go. And then there's the spring and that plunger seal. This is what's doing all the action, I guess. This and this. That sits in there like this. This seal I could tell is bad. This one doesn't feel too bad, but this one here is definitely bad. So we'll take it over there and replace all these parts. I'll just wipe this bore out a little bit and we'll get ready to put it back together. Alright, I'm going to show you the bore. I just kind of wiped it out a little bit with a little bit of brake clean. Stuck a rag in there and pushed it down with a screwdriver. And just spun it around a little bit. I think it's pretty clean in there. Looks pretty smooth. Doesn't look like rust or anything is in there. So I think I'll be okay. So one thing I want to do is inside here where this clip goes, I want to clean this groove out to make sure that this seats in there good. Make sure there's no foreign obstacles in there. So I think that should be good. I'll blow it out a little bit. Alright, so now this piece, I'm going to take my wire wheel to it. I don't want to do it right here over this, but I'm going to take it over there and I'm just going to wire wheel this off. Alright, now I've got it cleaned off pretty good. And I did remove this part here and the 2 nuts so I can slide off the seal. And then this slides back on. Like this. There we go. Okay. So now we're going to put our new parts in. Take me a little bit of DOT4 brake fluid. And then, excuse me, I'll take my spring. As you can see, it's got a hole in it. Wrong one. And as you can see, this has got a little post inside of this, and that fits down into that hole and lines up just like that. So then we'll take some brake fluid, coat that real good, put some on the spring. Probably doesn't need it, but maybe it'll help it from rusting. Alright, so then we'll just drop this down into the bore and we'll kind of gently try to push that down in there. Take our piston, push it in, make sure that that spring is engaging correctly. And that looks pretty good. So then we need to put this on. Now do I need to put it on? It's a tapered. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's tapered. I don't know if the taper goes this way or that way. Let me look at the old one. Kind of looks like it goes like this. Let me pull it off and take a better look at it. Okay, this is the way it came off. Yeah, it's got that little, okay, this is the way it came off, and it's got that little lip on this side, so it definitely goes on like this. So we'll lubricate this all up, and then we'll try to slide this over. I'm just going to drop that down in there, get that good and wet. It's probably not going to be real easy to do, but whew, that wasn't too easy. I got it on there though. Wow, that's a little bit of a stretch. You could probably preheat this a little bit. Might make it a little bit more pliable, a little easier to do. All right, so let's go ahead and set this in there. Push it down in there. Feels pretty nice. All I gotta do is put this ring on. It's probably going to be really hard to see, but you got to get that circlip all the way in that groove. And the distance between the two round circles should be about the same as it was when you took it out. Then I'll just flip this back down and put this back in. Okay. All right, so now it's all rebuilt. It's good and tight. It feels good. This one was all the way down at the bottom. And I'll screw this one on. And this was just a little, this rod was just barely sticking out of this hole here. And that's the way I'm going to put it back. It was about just like that. That rod was just barely sticking out of the hole. So I'm going to put it back to where it was, and I'll run the jam nut up to it. And I'll run a screwdriver through here. And then I'll lock it down good and tight. Okay. Okay, the last step that I have is I got to mount this reservoir on there. I'm going to take this O-ring off. Put a little bit of dielectric grease on it. and I'll put it down in the opening. Okay. Put this on. Screw. Okay. It's all done. One complete rebuilt rear master cylinder for a 1987 Honda GL1200 Goldwing. Alright, well, I'm going to put this in, and we'll go on to something next in the next video. Alright, thanks for watching.